2 years after flight MH370 vanished, there are still no answers for the relatives of those on board. And they worry that the world is losing interest. This is KS Narendran, whose wife was on board.
I want to say a few words about my wife. Her name was Chandrika.
Like so many of the affected families, he feels the airline has not been straightforward or professional with them.
Sadly, the authorities have completely lost the trust of not just the families, and I imagine even the public at large. And I don't know if they have done enough to restore a modicum of trust.
Over the past few days, we've seen a flurry of lawsuits being filed here at the High Court in Kuala Lumpur as the families of the MH370 passengers have raced to meet a 2-year deadline. Beyond that, they lose their right to take legal action against the airline. But their struggle for compensation is going to be very complicated, dependent not just on factors like which country the lawsuits are filed in, but also on the very simple fact that we still know next to nothing about why the aircraft disappeared. Sangeet Deo is representing 14 families in Malaysia, where most of the cases will have to be filed. She worries about the limited compensation that may be awarded here.
I mean, a lot of them are young families, you know. It's the main breadwinner that has gone. And they have got very real problems to think about. It's going to be long-term problems. They've got children to put through school, to tertiary education. So all of these things, they really need to be looked after. And if we're going to go only on loss of support, that will not be enough.
There are worries too about how generous Malaysia Airlines, which has now been restructured, will be. The new entity denies liability. Only the old shell company can be sued. In any case, the family's lawyers say, their lawsuits are about much more than just money.
Lots of people ask me, why are they waiting for a long time? You know, only now are they filing? Because it's the whole thing is very traumatic. You know, they can't even, they're not sure whether they even should have a funeral. What they're looking for is closure. That's it. They just want closure, they want the truth.
A trial might normally expose more truth, as witnesses are called. But such is the information void surrounding MH370 that even in court, there may be little comfort for the families. Jonathan Head, BBC News, Kuala Lumpur.